Hi everyone, welcome to Rensselaerville Library Story Time with Ms Judy, that's me. Yay! I'm so happy to be here this week. I have a really beautiful book to read to you. It's called The Three Questions. It's written and illustrated by John J. Muth, and he based it on a story by a very famous author from a long time ago. His name is Leo Tolstoy. So let's get started right away to find out what the three questions are and see if they get solved. Would you like to find out? I sure do. Let's get going. Once there was a boy named Nikolai who sometimes felt uncertain about the right way to act. I want to be a good person, he told his friends, but I don't always know the best way to do that. Nikolai's friend understood that, and they wanted to help. If only I could find the answers to my three questions, Nikolai continued, I would always know what to do. Okay, let's see if you have some of the same questions that Nikolai has. Here they are. He wants to know, when is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? And what is the right thing to do? Nikolai's friends considered his first question. Then Sonia the heron spoke. To know the best time to do things, one must plan in advance, she said. Google the monkey, who had been rooting through some leaves to find something good to eat, said, you will know when to do things if you watch and pay close attention. Then Pushkin the dog, who was just dozing off, rolled over and said, you can't pay attention to everything yourself. You need a pack to keep watch and help you decide when to do things. For example, Google, a coconut is about to fall on your head. Nikolai thought for a moment. Then he asked his second question. Who's the most important one? Those who are closest to heaven, said Sonia, circling up to the sky. Those who know how to heal the sick, said Gogol, stroking his bruised noggin. And those who make the rules, growled Pushkin. Nikolai thought some more. Then he asked the third question, what is the right thing to do? Flying, said Sonia, having fun all the time, laughed Google, and fighting, barked Pushkin right away. Then the boy thought for a long while. He loved his friends. He knew they were all trying their best to help him answer his questions, but the answers did not seem quite right. Then an idea came to him. I know, he thought. I will ask Leo the turtle. He has lived a very long time. Surely he will know the answers I am looking for. Let's find out. Okay, here we go. Nikolai hiked up to the mountains where the old turtle lived. When Nikolai arrived, he found Leo digging a garden. The turtle was old and digging was hard for him. I have three questions and I came to ask your help, Nikolai said. When is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? And what is the right thing to do? Leo, listen. Here we go. Let's find out what Leo says. Leo listened carefully, but he only smiled. Then he went on with his digging. You must be tired, Nikolai said at last. Let me help you. The turtle gave him his shovel and thanked him. And because it was easier for a young boy to dig than it was for an old turtle, Nikolai kept on digging until the garden was finished. But just as he finished, the wind blew wildly and the rain burst from a darkened clouds. As they moved toward the cottage for shelter, Nikolai suddenly heard a cry for help. Running down the path, he found a panda whose leg had been injured by a falling tree. Carefully, Nikolai carried her into Leo's house and made a splint for her leg with a stick of bamboo. The storm raged on, banging at the doors and windows. The panda woke up. "Where am I?" she said. "And where is my child?" Oh my goodness. The boy ran out of the cottage and down the path. The roar of the storm was deafening. Pushing against the howling wind and drenching rain, he ran farther into the forest, where he found the panda's child cold and shivering on the ground. There she is. The little panda was wet and scared, but alive. Nikolai carried her inside and made her warm and dry, and then he laid her in her mother's arms. Nikolai smiled. Leo smiled when he saw the boy and what he had done. The next morning was warm, birds sang, and all was well with the world. The panda's leg was healing nicely, and she thanked Nikolai for saving her and her baby from the storm. At that moment, Sonia, Google, and Pushkin arrived to make sure everyone was all right. Nikolai felt great peace within himself. He had wonderful friends, and he had saved the panda and her child. But he also felt disappointed. He still had not found the answers to his 3 questions. So he asked Leo one more time. The old turtle looked at the boy and he said, your questions have been answered, he said. They have, asked the boy. Let's see. Have they been answered? Do you think so too? Yesterday, if you had not helped me dig my garden, you wouldn't have heard the pandas cry for help in the storm. Therefore, the most important time was the time you spent digging in the garden. The most important one at the moment was me, and the most important thing to do was help me with my garden. Later, when you found the injured panda, the most important time was the time you spent mending her leg and saving her child. The most important ones were the panda and her baby, and the most important thing to do is to care for them and make them safe. Remember then that there's only one important time, and that time is now. The most important one is always the one you are with, and the most important thing to do is to do good for the one who is standing at your side. For these, my dear boy, are the answers to what is most important in this world. This is why we are here. Here we go. So he did find his answers. Yay! I hope you loved the story. I'll see you next week. The 3 questions.